All right, guys, I had a chance to hang out with Coach Salt this morning. Coach, coming off your first year here at Franklinton High School, being at the helm, just wrapped up with your spring game this past week, right?
Right.
How do you feel this year's coming up team? How do you feel their identity is possibly a little bit different than last?
I really like them, Nate, a lot. I like our players have a great community in the locker room. And, I remember telling them the first time I met them, there are 3 rooms that I think are critical: the classroom, the weight room, and the locker room. And you can't be deficient in any of them. And this team is understanding kind of that mantra that we have to be good in all 3 aspects, or we're not going to be good in any of them. And that's what I really like about them. Our locker room presence is great.
Yeah.
We've had really an outstanding off-season of weightlifting, a whole year into the cycle now. And then I just checked grades, and we were great with the grades. So this team gets it. And once you figure that out, I think you have a chance to be really good.
Who do you feel like stood out to you spring game-wise?
God, there was a lot of people. Defensively, I would say our 2 linebackers really played well, DJ Anders and Elijah Hart. I think our secondary, Ja'Kai McLean, had a really, really good day.
Yes.
And then offensively, I believe we have the best player in our district in Connor McGee. Mm-hmm. But guys that we needed to play well, like Jacob Crane, really played well. And then the strength of our football team is our offensive line. And those guys did a nice job of being really physical against a very good Newman team.
Talk about those guys, because you have some kids who have a few years of experience, but also getting David back out there.
Oh, that was giant. That whole group from Wyatt Seal to Bo Webb, going straight across. Those guys they're our best students in our school academically. They're involved with a lot of things, not just football. Every one of them really understands how important it is to be a Franklinton Demon. And they're selfless kids. They're servant leaders, and that's what we're looking for.
Right.
And because of that, that whole group, Easton Smith, David Moore, Josh Wright, and then the 2 tackles I mentioned, are really guys that have come together and kind of formed a very, very tight-knit group that our other positional groups see and want to emulate. So it was important. And there are other guys I'm leaving out. Landon Ragus is going to be an integral part of what we're doing with that group. Caleb Schilling. Those guys have really been special in our locker room, and have really been special players and friends towards one another.
Coach, as people see you guys coming up on the schedule, what do you want them to say? Like, man, that Franklinton team
is really tough, really physical. One of the things, there are a lot of things that made me want this job, Nate, but what I remember about Franklinton is 3 things. The tremendous support that they would get in that stadium on Friday nights when Shane was the head coach here. There's something special about coaching at a high school that's named after your town. The second thing is Shane Smith. I've had an opportunity to work for different principals, and I can name 3 off the top of my head who have had tremendous influence on me. Wayne Warner at Chalmette High, who's been the principal there for 50 years and really helped me develop my personality as a football coach.
Right.
Dr. Ken Ortling / Brian Lumar, because I had both of them when I was at Hornville. Both of those guys just get how important extracurricular is to a school, not just football, but extracurricular. And then Shane Smith, who is a coach, he's a football coach. He understands the dynamic of what we're doing and how it has to be done.
Right.
And that means the world to me, because when you have a principal like him who sat in the chair that I'm sitting in, he understands the battles that you go through on a daily basis. And sometimes they get dirty. Sometimes those battles get a little bloody.
That's right.
But he gets it.
Right. Well, Coach, look, I really appreciate the standard that you're choosing to set and setting the bar so high. I look forward to you guys having a wonderful summer and catching up with you as the summer progresses and as we get closer to the season, man.
Well, I appreciate what you're doing, Nate. We do need to get this is a really excellent high school with excellent people. And because of things that you're doing, getting the message out to people through social media and you know, other media outlets,
Right.
people are going to learn how great this school is. And I think those people will come back to us that aren't here anymore.
Without a doubt. Coach, thank you, brother. Appreciate
Thank you, Pat.